Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening from wherever you're watching us from. It's yet another exciting day that we're meeting to learn about. Okay, allow me to mute a few people here. Okay, so welcome everyone to tonight's meeting. Today being the 15th of August of 2026, it's yet another day to learn something from this opportunity. So I want to take this opportunity to welcome everyone to this particular meeting. And today I want us to do it a bit different. And we are going to be doing some comparisons with investments so that we understand why we are actually choosing the opportunity that we are pursuing at the moment. So we are going to be doing some comparisons. So get a pen and a paper somewhere. By the end of this presentation, you're going to probably understand why we are doing this business so seriously. So it's time to do mic testing 1 2 1 2. I want to know where are you watching from. We want to hear if the voice is loud and clear. In case there is any hitch, we correct it before we get started. So I want to hear from 1 or 2 people here to say hi to us. Tell us your name, where are you watching from? Tell us your name, where are you watching from? Say something. We want to confirm where are we connected from. Just raise up your hand if you want to let us know where you're watching from. Just 2 3 people, they will be enough. We get started right away. Ebony Mohammed, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Good evening. You're loud and clear.
Okay, I'm Ebony Mohammed from Niger State, Nigeria.
Nigeria.
It's good to be here again. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
+3 2 3 4 Nigeria, well represented. Michael, good evening. Okay.
Good evening. My name is Michael Ofe. I'm from Ghana.
Michael from Ghana, thank you very much. Well represented. Plus Ghana is +233, I think. Yes. Well represented, Michael. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so that means the voice is clear. Who else is coming in? We are doing mic testing as we start our presentation. We are doing mic testing 1 2 1 2. Where are you watching from? What is your name? Tell us where you're watching from. Kennedy Ogutu, good evening. Kennedy Ogutu, where are you watching from? Kennedy, we can't hear you. Unmute and tell us where you're watching from. Okay, we can't hear Kennedy. All right. But I believe my voice should be clear as of now. David, good evening. David, good evening, and where are you watching from? Okay. David, we can't hear you. Benson Kiarie, good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Haron. I hope you are all fine. You can hear me.
Loud and clear.
Yes, I am from Nairobi, Kenya. Currently, I'm at a county known as Nairobi and a place called UJYE. I can hear you loud and clear. Thank you.
Thank you, Benson. Thank you, Benson, for representing +254 Kenya. Moving. All right. All right. So it's my hope that everyone can hear me loud and clear as well. Of course, my name is Haron Nyariki, your host for tonight's meeting. If you're here for the first time, you're most welcome to this session. Sit back, relax, take a notebook and a pen. You're going to find taking some notes helpful. By the end of this meeting, you're going to have something that you're going to take home. So I believe, first of all, most of the people who have joined this particular meeting are members, even though we could be having new people. There are not very many. Most of the people here are members. So I want us tonight to look at something very important, and I'm going to be doing some comparison here. Okay, I want us to do some comparison here. All right. Now, we all know that if you're a business person, patience is not negotiable. Patience, you will need it whether you like it or you don't like it. Okay, patience, you have to learn how to exercise it. Patience. And you know what? Most of us don't have that patience. And that patience is one of the biggest attributes, is one of those biggest qualities, is one of those habits that you will have to practice if you want to succeed in business. If you ask any business person out there, and I know we have business people here people are doing business, they will tell you that they started a bookshop, they started a supermarket, they started whichever business you started. Okay, it didn't take 1 month or 2 months for you to actually make a huge impact in that business if you actually became successful from that business. Most of the people will tell you, first of all, it's going to take years for you to actually make something very reasonable. Some businesses can take even up to, especially big businesses, like for example, if you are to invest something like, let's say, $20,000, you want to start a mini supermarket. I don't even know if $20,000 can be enough, honestly. But if you are to invest something between, let's say, $50,000 to $100,000, you start something like a mini supermarket, okay, or a mini mart for that matter. You are actually first of all spending money to rent a house. That is the first thing. Then you are going to pay for rent, okay, maybe for a few months. And then you are actually going to buy the stock, whatever you're going to sell to the customers. And then once you buy all that those items that you want to sell, you have not even started making the money yet. You have actually you have paid for the house. You're probably going to pay your employees. You have bought the stock, and you still don't know whether you will get customers or not. Imagine how big that risk is. But you know what? People take those risks anyway. All right. Now, if you were to start a business like that, okay, if just think about it, even if you have not done such kind of a business, how long do you think, first of all, is going to take you to get all the capital that you invested in that business? Also, bear in mind, as you do these businesses, sometimes you could make losses because there are scenarios where you buy some items go back, sometimes. Business doesn't go the way you expect it. Sometimes you could even get, goons come to your place and they vandalize everything, they actually drag you backwards. You know, there are those kind of risks that you look at when you want to do business. So for a traditional business setup, for someone who is actually starting a school, for example, you're starting a school, someone is starting, you know, you want to do chicken farming, you want to you want to start a supermarket, as I said earlier. Any kind of business you're starting, one thing you will agree with me, especially for those who have been there before, it's going to take you a lot of time, first of all, to get back whatever you invested and you start making profits. And of course, those kind of businesses also come with a lot of stress because there are so many challenges that comes with them. For example, if you were to venture into a business, let's say, for example, you want to do transport business, okay? You want to do transport business. You buy vehicles and you put them on the road. They transport people, they transport cargo. You know the kind of risks you can actually get with that kind of business, getting accidents at times, you know, getting to, because, you know, we are in Africa, bribing policemen here and there. You know, all our governments are very corrupt. So you can imagine how hectic that is going to be doing a traditional business. So actually, those people who have gone through that kind of frustrations in the traditional business setup, when they come to crypto, they find it actually more appealing, more friendly, and more profitable if you were to do a comparison with a traditional business. So I want to give, I'm not going to compare with every business that we know of, but I just want to show you a comparison of one of the, let's say, one of the safest businesses that you can actually invest out there without spending your energy, okay? Like the way we buy crypto and we hold it for it to appreciate, I want actually to compare with another scenario that is similar to investing in crypto, but it in the traditional business setup, so that we see which one is better, which one can give you returns, and at how much, okay? I'm actually talking of real estate. We know people have bought land, people buy houses, mostly buying land. Okay, there is someone you have got some money. You don't want to invest in something that is going to invest that will require you to invest your time every day. So if you have not invested in real estate or you have never bought land, just for it to appreciate and you sell it, you make a profit, you know someone who is actually into that business, or you have heard of someone or a company that is doing that kind of business. So first of all, we want to compare doing that kind of business versus doing this business that we are doing, earning core through this smart contract called Coresage. So I want to give a scenario here. So let me share my screen so that we can be together, okay? So let me share my screen here so that we can get to relate. So now, before, of course, crypto came, people were doing real estate. People were buying land, okay? Even since the time we were born, people were buying land. They actually speculate on the prices. They wait for the price to appreciate and then they sell. So I want us to just think around, okay? Now, let me open my calculator here. We all know Bitcoin. I'm assuming at least most of the people here, at least you have been into our classes, so we know some of these basics I want to spit out here. So we all know Bitcoin, okay? And just for the record, let me actually show you. Let me display something here, very important. I'm going to be showing, I'll give example. I'll give an example with Bitcoin. I'll give an example with Ethereum. I'll also give an example with BNB, okay? Just to give an example. So look, today, as of 15th of August 2026, one Bitcoin is trading at $62,900. Ethereum is trading at $1,800. BNB is trading at $609. So let me actually start with BTC, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, as we know it, it started in the year 2009, 2010, thereabout. So I want to show you, this is Bitcoin in 2010. Look, let me actually take you to 2010. Let me take you to 2010 so that we can make some comparison here. So look, on 3rd of August, is it 3rd of August? Yes, should be. 3rd of August of 2010. If not, it should be 8th of March 2010, whichever. That the year is 2010. The price of BTC then was 0.05998. That's approximately $0.06. Okay. So during this particular period, this is exactly 16 years ago. Okay. This is 16 years ago. There is someone somewhere who also had money to invest, but he chose not to invest in Bitcoin because many people consider investing in crypto a very risky affair. Okay, a very risky affair. Most of the people don't want to invest in things they cannot see. Most people don't trust crypto because it's not money they can actually be able to feel and touch. So in this 2010, there is someone somewhere who had the money and he decided to buy a piece of land. So I want you to look around your nearest town or wherever you are. What is the price of a plot of land, just 50 by 100, 100 feet, 100 feet by 50 feet, okay? Just a plot of land. How much is the value of the plot of land if you were to throw it back to 2010? Okay, I'm going to give a scenario here because we come from different places. There are people who are very close to town. There are people who are interior in the villages. But I'm going to give a rough estimate that is going to apply to mostly all the land across the world. Okay, now I will actually assume someone bought a piece of land and he spent something like $5,000. Okay, I believe $5,000 can buy a piece of land somewhere. Okay, it doesn't matter where, but I believe $5,000 can buy a piece of land, not in the town, but at least somewhere. So I'm assuming someone had $5,000 and he decided to buy land instead of Bitcoin because they could not believe Bitcoin, they could not trust Bitcoin, but at least he could actually trust in a piece of land because he will get a title deed and he will put it below the mattress. Okay, you will just go and keep it there. Okay, now someone bought a piece of land in 2010 and he spent $5,000. Now over time, of course, we know the price always appreciates because there is always development, the population is also rising. We have roads being developed over time. So the price of that particular piece of land gradually increases. But you can actually give a rough estimate. So if I bought a piece of land in 2010, that is 16 years ago, and I spent $5,000, you can guess how much roughly will be the value of that piece of land today. Okay, of course it will depend on where that plot of land is, how much development has happened in that place, but on a rough estimate I can estimate that piece of land would have appreciated maybe 4 times, maybe 5 times, 4 to 5 times. I think that's fair enough. So if someone spent $5,000 to buy a piece of land, his money probably has appreciated like 5 times. Okay, I believe most of you can agree with me, especially if you have dealt with real estate. So this person will now be able to cash out. If he decides to sell that piece of land 16 years later, he will take home $25,000. And you know what? For you to understand that we are sitting on the heart of a gold mine, someone out there who bought a piece of land and he spent $5,000, today he's selling that piece of land at $25,000. Most of them will be very happy because they would have cashed out they would have made some good returns. Okay, but let's compare with crypto. So what if, and actually the kind of returns you get in real estate works across the board. So what if that $5,000 that $5,000 that you got, you decided to invest it in Bitcoin? We are doing some comparison. We have seen the value of one Bitcoin then was $0.06. So that means you will have bought 83,000 Bitcoins, okay? 83,333 Bitcoins, okay? Now, as you can see here, the value of one Bitcoin today is $62,000. So if you were to multiply now, 16 years later, you want to sell your Bitcoins, you're going to sell one Bitcoin at $62,000. How much money have you made? You have made, read this, $5.16 billion. $5.16 billion. That's how insane crypto is. So someone spent $5,000 in real estate. He has made $25,000 in 16 years. Okay? Now, someone invested in Bitcoin 16 years ago. He spent $5,000, the same amount of money. Today, he's cashing out $5.16 billion. This is actually an amount that nobody can even fathom. You cannot imagine making this kind of money in the 21st century for something that you bought 16 years ago. And for those people might think 16 years is such a long time. If you were here in 2010 and you were doing business, tell me how much you have achieved within the 16 years when $5.1 billion will not make sense to you. And you will say 16 years is a period that you cannot wait. How much have you achieved? If you were doing business in 2010 and you're still doing business today, how much have you made between 2010 and today that will make you feel like making $5.16 billion will not be actually something to celebrate about? This is actually how insane this is. And for those who think it is just Bitcoin, let me actually show you another scenario. Today we are doing comparisons, guys. We are doing some comparison here. It's very important. Look here, okay? For those who think it's just Bitcoin, let me show you another scenario here so that you know that crypto, in terms of if you have the patience to wait, you can actually be sure to retire from this industry. Look at Ethereum. Let me show you Ethereum. Let's see. When did Ethereum begin? Let me show you the graph. Let me show you the graph. Okay, this is Ethereum that we are looking at. Okay, let me see if there is someone waiting. I know we have latecomers here. Let me just add these latecomers. Now let's look at Ethereum. Okay, this is the graph for Ethereum. So when did Ethereum begin? Let's see. Let me move my cursor to the very beginning here so that we can see. At one point here, okay, this is when? This is 2015. This is around, this is, okay, there was even a time actually. This is 2015 on 9th of October 2015. How many years are those? That is 11 years back. Huh? 11 years back, 2015. Yes. So you can see one Ethereum was trading around 0.5 up to $1 here. You can see 0.56. That is about 0.17. Okay. It was trading around there 0.9, 1.2, 0.8, 2.5. It was trading around there. Okay. Now, that is 11 years ago. Let me give the same scenario. Someone spent $5,000 to buy a piece of land. If you spent $5,000 to buy a piece of land and you are selling it today, how much will it have appreciated? Maybe 3 times. Maybe 3 times. On the maximum, maybe 4 times. I don't think it would have appreciated more than just 10 years. That piece of land would have appreciated like maximum 3 to 4 times. Let me actually give it even 4 times. So someone who bought a piece of land and he had like $5,000, okay, and he decided to buy a piece of land. If he decides to sell that piece of land, and by the way, there is also something you have to notice. a piece of land is not just like crypto. If you wake up today and you want to sell your asset immediately, that it has ready liquidity. If you want to sell that piece of land, you are probably going to hire someone, a salesperson, to look for you and a customer to advertise for you, and you have to wait until you get someone who will be able to buy it at that price that you want to sell. So there is no ready liquidity. But for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, for any crypto that you are talking about, if you decide you want to sell it today, there is a ready market. Just go to Binance, just go to OKX or any centralized exchange, just sell your coins and you will be good to go. So someone who spent $5,000 to buy a piece of land in 2015, he would have made, let's give him four times. He has made like 4 times whatever he invested. So that means he invested $5,000. Today he's making $20,000 and he will be very happy. He will be very happy, honestly speaking. Let's work with the same $5,000. If you decided to buy Ethereum and keep quiet, just forget about it. It was trading around 0.05. Let me actually even work with $1 because let's just work with $1. So that means if you bought 5,000, if you spent $5,000 to buy